Some rocks should have fallen, but they didn't. Some landscapes look too perfect to be real, but they are. These are Earth's most mysterious stones, and their secrets are waiting to be uncovered. 1. Crowley Lake Columns, California, USA. Along the shores of Crowley Lake in California lies a strange and stunning formation. Tall, perfectly shaped stone columns standing like sentinels from another world. These basalt pillars rise in symmetrical waves, some curved like organ pipes, others forming cathedral-like alcoves. For years, even scientists were puzzled. How could nature sculpt something so precise? Formed from volcanic ash and lava flow around 760,000 years ago, these columns were exposed only when water levels dropped, revealing their hidden elegance. They weren't created by human hands, yet their architecture feels intentional, almost sacred. Visitors who hike to these cliffs often speak of the silence that surrounds them, an eerie, magnetic quiet, as if the stones are whispering ancient secrets. The columns are a vivid reminder of nature's hidden artistry, tucked away in places few dare to explore. This place isn't on every tourist map, but for those who find it, Crowley Lake offers an unforgettable moment, standing in front of something ancient, fragile, and impossibly beautiful. 2. Krishna's Butterball, Mahabalipuram, India. Perched precariously on a slope in Mahabalipuram, India, Krishna's Butterball is a 250-ton granite boulder that seems to mock gravity. Resting on a small base, it looks like it could tumble down at any moment. Yet it has stood unmoved for over 1,200 years. Local legend says it was dropped by the Hindu god Krishna, who loved butter so much that this was one of his divine treats. Others say it was placed there by aliens or ancient builders with secrets we've yet to rediscover. Even British colonial engineers once tried to move it, fearing it could fall and injure locals, but failed. Scientists have theories: natural erosion, unique balancing forces, but none can fully explain why this immense stone remains frozen in time. Children slide down the hill beside it, locals bring offerings, and tourists stare in disbelief. It's not just a rock, it's a cultural monument, a spiritual icon, and a geological enigma rolled into one. Krishna's Butterball reminds us, sometimes the impossible just stays put. Third Symphony of Stones, Armenia. Tucked deep in Armenia's Garni Gorge is a hauntingly beautiful sight. Towering hexagonal stone columns forming what locals call the Symphony of Stones. These volcanic basalt formations look as if they were carved by giants or ancient gods, perfectly vertical, evenly spaced, and rising like massive organ pipes from the earth. But this isn't human work. Millions of years ago, lava cooled and contracted, splitting into polygonal shapes, a rare geological process called columnar jointing. Over time, erosion sculpted them into a mesmerizing cliffside cascade, resembling a frozen waterfall of stone. The name Symphony of Stones is no exaggeration. Stand beneath the columns, and you can almost hear music echoing through the gorge, a chorus of nature's power, patience, and precision. Visitors to Garni often pair the trip with the nearby ancient temple, adding a spiritual layer to the experience. But nothing quite prepares you for the awe of standing below these columns, surrounded by silence and shadows. It's a place where geology feels like art, and where nature, once again, plays its silent symphony. 4. Uluru Ayers Rock, Australia. In the heart of Australia's red centre stands Uluru, a colossal sandstone monolith rising over 340 meters above the desert plain. Known to the indigenous Anangu people as a sacred site, Uluru is more than just a rock. It's alive with ancient stories, dreamtime legends, and spiritual energy. The surface of Uluru changes colors dramatically throughout the day, crimson at sunrise, fiery orange at noon, and deep purple at dusk. This chameleon-like quality gives it an almost mystical aura, drawing photographers and pilgrims from all over the world. For centuries, the Anangu people have protected and honored this land. In 2019, climbing Uluru was officially banned, recognizing its deep cultural and spiritual significance. Walk around its base, and you'll find hidden waterholes, rock art caves, and ancestral paths. Every feature tells a story, every crevice a chapter in an ancient book still being read today. Uluru is not just a destination, it's a journey into the soul of Australia, where the land speaks if you're willing to listen. Five. Balanced Rock, Colorado, USA. Balanced Rock stands like a giant riddle in the Garden of the Gods, Colorado, an enormous sandstone boulder weighing over 700 tons, perfectly perched atop a narrow pedestal. It seems frozen in a moment of imminent collapse, as if the lightest breeze could topple it. But Balanced Rock has stood this way for thousands of years. Formed by layers of sedimentary rock, erosion carved away the softer layers, leaving behind this gravity-defying marvel. It's a masterclass in natural sculpture, formed by time, wind, and rain. For visitors, it's one of the park's most iconic photo spots. Standing beneath it, you feel a mix of wonder and nervous excitement, as though you're witnessing nature's balancing act, one heartbeat away from chaos. Despite its precarious look, it endures, symbolizing strength in fragility and stability in chaos. Balanced Rock is a reminder that beauty often lies in the moments just before collapse. 6. Golden Rock, Keajaiban Pagoda. Myanmar. High on a cliff edge in Myanmar, a golden boulder rests, delicately, impossibly, on the verge of falling. Known as Golden Rock or Keajaiban Pagoda, this massive granite stone is covered in shimmering gold leaf and balances so perfectly it seems divine intervention must be involved. And perhaps it is. According to legend, the rock is held in place by a single strand of Buddha's hair, enshrined inside the stupa, perched atop the stone. For Buddhists, it's one of the most sacred pilgrimage sites in the country. For travelers, it's a gravity-defying marvel. What makes it truly mysterious is its defiance of logic. The base contact between the rock and the cliff is so small, yet it has withstood earthquakes and time itself. Scientists suggest the rock's shape and weight distribution keep it in place, but the spiritual aura surrounding it feels stronger than physics. Golden Rock glows at sunset, hovering in the mist like a relic from another world. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, standing before it invites awe and a quiet sense of wonder. 7. Hoodoos, Bryce Canyon, Utah, USA. In the heart of Bryce Canyon, thousands of towering stone spires rise from the earth like ancient sentinels. These are the hoodoos. Formed by millions of years of frost wedging and erosion, hoodoos are nature's surreal sculptures. Slender, twisted columns of red, orange, and white rock that seem to defy explanation. Each hoodoo is unique. Some are tall and narrow, others squat and jagged, some even shaped like castles or faces. As the sun moves across the sky, their shadows shift, giving them an eerie, lifelike quality. It's no surprise Native American legends tell of people turned to stone by trickster gods. Geologically, the hoodoos are a lesson in patience. Ice forms in cracks, expands, and breaks the rock apart year after year. Over centuries, gravity and water take care of the rest. Walking among them is like stepping into a dreamscape, silent, majestic, and almost supernatural. At sunrise or sunset, the canyon glows with color, and the hoodoos stand like ancient storytellers. Bryce Canyon isn't just a park, it's a cathedral of stone, and the hoodoos are its silent choir. 8. Piedra del Peñol, Colombia rising dramatically from the Colombian countryside, Piedra del Peñol is a monolithic granite rock that dominates the skyline of Guatapé. At over 200 meters tall, it looks like it was dropped from space, a lone colossus standing guard over a maze of lakes and green hills. What makes this rock truly special isn't just its size. It's the 740 zigzagging steps carved into its side. Climb them, and you'll be rewarded with a panoramic view that takes your breath away. A stunning patchwork of water and land that stretches to the horizon. The rock was once considered sacred by the Tahami people. In modern times, it became the subject of a local dispute between two towns claiming ownership, so much so that one attempted to paint its name across the rock but was stopped halfway. Now a beloved landmark and tourist destination, Piedra del Peñol feels both ancient and timeless. It's a place of challenge and beauty, a reminder that even the hardest stone can lift us to unforgettable heights. 9. Boyabat basalt columns, Turkey hidden, deep within Turkey's Sinop province. The Boyabat basalt columns form a quiet, almost unknown natural wonder. These towering hexagonal stone pillars look like something out of a fantasy novel, dark, geometric, and rising straight from the earth like ancient architecture. Created by the slow cooling of thick lava millions of years ago, the columns were shaped by nature with astonishing precision. Some stand as solitary towers, others form walls along forested cliffs and riverbanks. Unlike more famous formations, this site remains largely untouched by mass tourism, making it feel like a secret waiting to be discovered. Wander the paths around Boyabat, and you'll hear nothing but birdsong and the rustle of wind through the trees. The column seems silent but alive, whispering stories of volcanic fury long since cooled into harmony. This national park is a hidden gem, not just of geology, but of serenity. For those who seek beauty off the beaten path, Boyabat offers peace, mystery, and the awe of nature's hidden artistry. Fairy chimneys, Cappadocia, Turkey. Deep in central Turkey, the landscape of Cappadocia looks like it was sculpted by dreams. Towering stone spires rise in clusters across the valleys. These are the fairy chimneys, formed by ancient volcanic eruptions, weathered over millennia into surreal mushroom-shaped towers. But the story doesn't end with their shapes. For centuries, humans carved homes, churches, and entire underground cities into these soft, tough rocks. From the outside, they resemble natural sculptures. Inside, they hide echoes of life, worship, and refuge. Legend says fairies once lived here, giving the formations their whimsical name. At dawn, hot air balloons float silently over the chimneys, casting shadows on the golden terrain. It feels like flying over a forgotten kingdom. Cappadocia's fairy chimneys are a perfect blend of geology and humanity, where the Earth's raw power meets our instinct to build, hide, and create. Walk among them, and you're not just in a valley, you're in a living fairy tale carved from stone. These stone wonders are more than just sights, they're silent stories carved by time. Let them remind you to slow down, to wonder, and to reconnect with the earth. Ready to explore the impossible? Save this list, share it with a friend who loves travel, and start planning your next real-world adventure, where the rocks still whisper secrets.